Hello, friends. Let's discuss current affairs for the set period, and this is related. The first question is related to a new vice chairperson of the Rajya Sabha. Phangnan Konyak recently created the first female representative from Nagaland to assume the position of vice chairperson of the Rajya Sabha. Now, there are three, four things here. One, the Rajya Sabha is headed by a chairperson. The Vice President of India is the ex officio chairperson of the Rajya Sabha. Please remember this. The chairperson of the Rajya Sabha is always the Vice President of India. So whoever is the Vice President of India, ex officio becomes the chairperson of the Rajya Sabha. Now, before I discuss this further, this question and other vice chairpersons, I would like to, I would like to make you think about this. What do you think is the salary of the Vice President of India? What's the salary? The Vice President of India draws no salary. There is no salary. The President of India has about 5 lakh rupees per month. Vice President of India, zero, no salary. It is true that the Vice President of India has no salary, but yes, as a chairperson of the Rajya Sabha, the Vice President of India gets a salary. So only in the role of the chairman of the Rajya Sabha, the Vice President gets a salary. Okay. Phangnan Konyak is the first woman MP from Nagaland to represent her state, of course, in the Rajya Sabha. First woman Rajya Sabha MP, and she also happens to be one of the four women vice chairpersons appointed by Vice President and Chairperson of Rajya Sabha, Jagdeep Dhankar. So, Rajya Sabha Chairperson Jagdeep Dhankar appointed 4 women chairpersons. Ms. Konyak is one. Number 2, P.T. Usha, a nominated member, the first woman nominated member to become a vice chairperson of the Rajya Sabha. Remember this: first nominated MP of the Rajya Sabha to become its vice chairperson. Okay. Then number 3, Fauziya Khan, Dr. Fauziya Khan, who's of the Nationalist Congress Party. Number 4, Sulata Deo of the Biju Janata Dal. Sulata, Sulada Deo. Now, Ms. Deo of the Biju Janata Dal, so she's from Odisha. Nationalist Congress Party is Dr. Fauziya Khan. Then Phangnan Konyak of the BJP and of Nagaland. And of course, P.T. Usha from Kerala, but as a nominated member. Okay. So this is a bit about the Rajya Sabha's vice chairpersons that were just appointed. Now you know that the chairperson of the Rajya Sabha is the vice president of India. One more thing is that the Rajya Sabha has a total seating capacity of 245. Total sitting capacity I am talking about. So the seating capacity is 245, and consequently 245 members are elected. That is about 233 from states and union territories, and 12 are nominated by the President of India. Okay. So out of 245, 233 come from states and union territories. The rest are nominated by the President of India. That's 245. Okay. Let's go this. Which Indian city will host the 7th Men's Asian Champions Trophy hockey? Hockey. That's Chennai. This year it's going to be held in Chennai. It's an ongoing thing. It's actually happening now. I think the final will be played on 12th. That will be tomorrow. This is being recorded one day before your class. Okay, so today is 11th and tomorrow is 12th, and 12th, my friends, is when the final of Asian Champions Trophy will be held. Okay, the sponsor is Hero, so it's Hero Asian Champions Trophy Hockey Championship. Now, one more thing you need to know is that this is a tournament for the top 6 teams in Asia. The defending champion is South Korea, because in 2021, in the 2021 edition of the Asian Champions Hockey Tournament held in Dhaka, Bangladesh, South Korea won the championship. It defeated Japan. So South Korea was the winner, Japan was the runner-up, third place was taken by India. India is in the semi-finals today. Let's see how it works out, how it goes forward from here. So that's a bit about this particular trophy. Which Asian country's top court ordered Nobel laureate and microfinance pioneer Muhammad Yunus to pay more than 12 crore taka? Taka is the local currency of Bangladesh. So of course, as you know, he is the national of Bangladesh. Now, what you need to appreciate here is that he won the Nobel Peace Prize in 2006. 2006. Now, why did he win? He started the Grameen Bank, a microfinance institution, which kind of brought in a lot of peace in empowering people with micro loans to be able to start their own ventures. Like, it could be a self-help group, it could be something like a tailoring store at home, it could be a small business, a vendor who would sell food on a cart. So his organization Grameen Bank began to lend money to people at extremely low rates of interest, and even though there was no collateral, people still repaid 99.99% of the loans. So nearly 99.5 or 9% of the loans, means over 99% of the loans came back. So that kind of built a certain trust in the society, my friends. And when people are employed, when they are employed and they are doing productive work, they don't indulge in violence. There is no social tension. There could be social tension, but there is no economic tension. And consequently, that brings about a lot of peace in the society. And this is for this precise reason that Muhammad Yunus of Bangladesh received the Nobel Peace Prize in 2006. But he has been at the loggerheads. He has been at loggerheads with the Prime Minister of Bangladesh, Sheikh Hasina Wajid. She and he don't see eye to eye. And recently, it was a demand for payment of tax was made on him. The demand related to the donations received by him and his organization. Finally, the court said that you got to pay your fair share of taxes. That's about it, my friends. Yeah. Sheikh Hasina Wajid is Bangladesh's Prime Minister. You have Pakistan. Pakistan's Prime Minister currently is a caretaker guy, Shehbaz Sharif. Maldives President is Ibrahim Mohammed Solih, Soleh, Ibrahim Mohammed Solih. Indonesia's President is Joko Widodo, Widodo. Malaysia's Prime Minister is Anwar Ibrahim. Okay, there we go. Which country became the first African nation to launch a debt for nature swap? Swap is exchange. A financial instrument that allows countries to reduce their debt by committing to protect their environment. Well, of course, it is Gabon. This is Gabon, my friends. You see here, Gabon. Gabon is not so large country. It's a local map, and this is that it took a regional map here. You see, there is Gabon, there is Cameroon, Nigeria. This is called Sub-Sahara. This region is called Sub-Sahara. Below the Sahara, sub is under, so under the Sahara kind of thing. Okay, this region here. The lower parts are quite fertile also. In any case, what is debt for nature swap? Creditors provide debt relief to those countries that are willing to bring in conservation practices, anything that would help sustainable development, that would help preserve nature, biodiversity, animal and plant life. Countries are being told that, okay, like for example, Gabon, it had borrowed a lot of money from some banks. So it said that we can't really repay so much, but it's not about repayment, it's more than that. So commercial banks, they have to repay. They borrow money from the IMF, the World Bank, and some other organization like that. And they say that, look, you could lend us at a low rate of interest compared to these guys who are paying now, charging at a higher rate of interest. Now, why would a multilateral institute like the IMF lend to Gabon in the first place? Of course, needs, financial needs and all. Second thing is, these countries then tell the IMF, okay, we would like you to charge us a lower rate of interest because we believe that, protecting the environment is pretty important for our country, for which we need paisa. We need paisa. We need to bring about afforestation. We need to stop deforestation. We need to bring in, sustainable developmental policies. So countries like Gabon are being encouraged to, adopt policies that help preserve nature. In exchange, they get debt relief. That's about it. Okay, Gabon is going to get a debt relief of $450 million. $450 million. But who inspired Gabon to do this? Gabon was inspired by the South American country called Ecuador. 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 Ecuador recently launched a bond worth $1.6 billion. Yes, they said you lend us at a very low rate of interest, we will adopt pro-environment policies. They did. They got $1.6 billion. Now, the difference between the high rate which they could have been paying to someone else from, and the IMF or World Bank or Asian Development Bank or some similar bank is $18 million per annum. For Ecuador, $18 million is a lot of money. So what they are doing is they are using this $18 million to preserve certain biodiversity hotspots like the Galapagos Islands. The Galapagos Islands are in the Pacific Ocean, just a little away from the Ecuadorian coast. They are owned by Ecuador in South America. And Galapagos Islands are the same place, islands is the same place where Charles Darwin conducted his research and came up with this wonderful idea, the idea of evolution, that we all have evolved from cruder versions of ourselves. I wonder if the generations to come would call us cruder. I know it's a bad term, but okay, why don't we look at the capitals are mentioned here. You see this Gabon's capital is Libreville, Ville, Libreville. Then you have a country called Cameroon, which is the capital is Yaoundé. You have Togo, which is a very tiny country. You see this from east to west, this tiny Togo here. Cameroon, Nigeria, Benin, Togo. Togo is, from east to west, it's about 115 kilometers. 115 kilometers. But then you have a country called, Liberia. Why don't you write this? I would suggest you write a bit about, maybe you could, because the capitals are mentioned, I'll give the name of the leader in these countries. Gabon, you write Ali Bongo, Ali, A-L-I, Ali Bongo, Ali Bongo. Ondimba, O-N-D-I-M-B-A, Ondimba, Ali Bongo, Ondimba. Okay, then next to Gabon, Cameroon. The president is Paul Biya, Paul, P-A-U-L, Paul Biya, B-I-Y-A, Paul Biya. You could write one more thing about him. He's a dictator. You write longest serving, non-royal longest serving non-royal head of state. He's been ruling since an age. He is 82 years old. He's a dictator. Yeah. Togo, T-O-G-O, Togo. Togo's very tiny country, and the president is Faure Gnassingbé. F-A-U-R-E, Faure or F-A-U-R-A, both are fine. Faure, F-A-U-R-E, Gnassingbé, GNASINGBBE for a Narsing Bay. For a Narsing Bay. There is Ghana next to Togo. Ghana, west of Togo, Ghana. Nana Akufo Addo. Nana, N-A-N-A, Nana Akufo, A-K-U-F-O, Addo, A-D-D-O. Liberia. George Weah. George, G-E-O-R-G-E, George Weah, W-E-A-H, George Weah. And one more thing, this Liberia is a country that was established in 1822 in the name of the freed slaves of Africa, freed slaves of America. Blacks who were taken away from Africa, maybe it's a good story I can tell you. Blacks who were taken away from this place, by the Brits, by the Portuguese, by those colonial parts who ruled here and some parts of America as well. So they were taken away and enslaved there. But then in America, as slavery came to an end in some parts of America, and after Britain abolished slavery in 1806, some American anti-slavery organizations brought the freed slaves to this part of the world, thinking that these people would be much more comfortable in these surroundings. There is another story why they were not comfortable in everything, but will not go there. In 1822, this anti-slavery organization brought a large patch of land and turned that into a separate country called Liberia, the land of the free. Free. Liberty, we say. It's not doing great. And by the way, why Gabon? Why is Gabon after it? What is Gabon doing in terms of nature conservation? See, Gabon is home to 1/3 of the world's total population of leatherback turtles. Turtles are of different kinds. There is a hard shell and everything. But in the case of the leatherback, it's the upper portion looks like feels like a leather. Feels like a leather. That's why they are called leatherback turtles. And nearly 1/3 of the world's total population of these turtles could be found off the coast of Gabon. With which Eastern European country did India agree to explore the signing of it is only exploring, okay? The signing of an MOU, Memorandum of Understanding for cooperation in the agriculture sector. Moldova, this is Moldova. Southwest of Ukraine. This is Moldova. Okay, it's a tiny country. It's a member of the former member of the Soviet Union. It's a former member of the former Soviet Union, because as you know, the Soviet Union collapsed in 1991. It came into existence in 1922, but was around till about 1991 only. So Moldova's capital is Chisinau, it's mentioned there, Chisinau, and the prime minister it's a parliamentary democracy, right? Parliamentary democracies that Moldova is. The prime minister is Dorin, D-O-R-I-N, Dorin Recian, R-E-C-E-A-N, Dorin Recian, R-E-C-E-A-N. It is the second poorest country in Europe. The poorest is Ukraine. Europe's poorest country is Ukraine. Second is Moldova. Okay. Let's look at the choices. Belarus, since the capitals are mentioned here, we go only the leader. Belarus, also called White Russia, also called White Russia. Dash. President is Alexander Lukashenko. Alexander Lukashenko. Alexander Lukashenko. Next. Serbia. It's here. Serbia. Capital is Belgrade. Belgrade. And the Prime Minister is Ana Brnabic. Anna, A-N-A, Anna Brnabic. B-R-N-A-B-I-C. B-R-N-A-B-I-C. Romania. This is Romania. Southwest of the west and southwest of Moldova. Capital, as you can see, is Bucharest, and the president here is Klaus Iohannis. K-L-A-U-S. Klaus. K-L-A-U-S. Klaus Iohannis. I-O-H-A-N-N-I-S. Stuart Broad, fourth on the all-time wicket takers list, retired from all forms of international cricket. He represented England. You can see this is the England logo basically. Why don't you write about Stuart Broad? About 602 tests. No, sorry. 167 tests. He played 167 tests and 121 ODIs. 167 tests and 121 ODIs. He took a record 604 wickets in Test cricket. Yes, 604. Okay. Incidentally, recently he retired after the Ashes series against Australia. And in that series, he took in his last match, last ball of his career, he took a wicket. He took a wicket with the last ball of his career, and he scored a 6 of the last ball he faced. Can you beat that? Yeah. And he also holds the record for the maximum score, the highest score ever by a batsman number 9. Batsman number 9 in the position. He scored 169 runs. Yes, 169 runs. Okay. The one innings he scored 169. This was, I think, against Pakistan. So 604 wickets in 121 matches and about 178 wickets in 121 ODIs. Who is the author of the book Kargil, Ek Yatri Ki Zubani? Yeah, it is Rishi Raz. And what should you know about the Kargil War? The Kargil War was a local war fought in May to June of 1999. If you want to know the exact date, it started on 13th May and ended on 26th July. So 13th May, from 13th May to 26th July 1999, the Kargil War took place. And in this war, there was a major thrust in the beginning on a joint operation between the Indian Army and Indian Air Force. This military operation, joint military operation, was nicknamed Operation Safed Sagar. So Safed Sagar, joint military operation of IAF and Indian Army in Kargil in 1999. Indian Army alone did a military operation called Operation Vijay. Operation Vijay. So Pakistan lost badly. With which international lending institution did the government of India sign a $200 million loan for expanding urban services in Rajasthan? What exactly is this urban services project? See, the government of Rajasthan, government of India have a major stake in these kinds of development works. So the Rajasthan Secondary Transport Development Sector Scheme, development sector scheme or project is about bridging infrastructure gaps in small towns by building building infrastructure that would stay for a long time. So building great infrastructure, building expanding water supply, maintaining clean hygienic environment in the place, in the settlement. So that's the idea, my friends. That's the idea. And for that, $200 million is 20 crore dollars basically. The money has come from Asian development, which is, let's look at only the head offices, not all, one, two, because I think only one basically. Asian Development Bank, Manila, MANILA. Manila is, is the capital of the Philippines. PHILIPPINES, Philippines. Okay, Philippines. We've been discussing these choices for a long time. So, World Bank and IMF are in. It's not mentioned. IMF is not mentioned, but World Bank and IMF are both headquartered in Washington D.C. Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank, Beijing. If you look at the European Central Bank, it's in Frankfurt. Where is it? Frankfurt. And what is that? The last one, New Development Bank in Beijing. In Shanghai. In Shanghai. The ISRO successfully launched the PSLV, Polar Satellite Launch Vehicle. The H in vehicle is silent. So the PSLV full form is Polar Launch Satellite Vehicle carrying DSSAR satellite. Okay, fair. It took off and it's doing great. What exactly is DSSAR? The satellite belongs to Singapore. DS is, you could write this, DS, Defense Science and Technology Agency. Defense Science and Technology Agency. Dash. What is SAR? Synthetic. I repeat. Synthetic. 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 Aperture. 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 Radar. 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 Okay. So we launched this satellite. ISRO has launched this satellite, and it belongs to Singapore. But this SAR has been built by the Israeli aerospace industries, which is a government, which is an Israeli company. Okay, so Singapore, let's just look at Singapore. It's a tiny country. It's about less than 750 square kilometers, and 25% of this land is reclaimed. That is, it was sea, and they reclaimed the land from the sea by filling in the spaces, everything. Okay. By the way, who is the Prime Minister of Singapore? Lee, L-E-E, Lee Hsien, S-H-I-E-N, Hsien, Lee Hsien Loong, L-O-O-N-G, Loong, who won the men's singles badminton title at the Japan Open 2023, Victor Axelsen of Denmark. This is men's singles title. Let's look at women's singles title. The winner was, right, An Se Young, An space S-E, Se hyphen Y-O-U-N-G, An Se Young, An Se Young. Women's singles title winner, An Se Young of South Korea. Not much to discuss. The UNESCO what is UNESCO? United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization has said that the iconic city of Venice should be added to a list of World Heritage Sites in danger. Venice is in Italy. See, this is how beautiful. But I'll tell you something weird about it. You may wonder why did they build? There is water everywhere. No, this is actually a part of the sea, part of the city. You could write this if you want to write. Venice is built on 118 islands, 118 islands, 108 islands, comma, separated by open ocean water and canals. Open ocean water and canals. There are over 400 bridges. There are over 400 bridges. Obviously, if it's a city is built over water, it needs to have bridges. You see this? Yeah? Yeah. Massive structure. Got it, guys? You know, there is a major Indian city that was built on islands. Mumbai. Mumbai was built on 7 islands. 7 islands, my friends. Venice, Italy. What about the choices here? Not much to discuss. Okay, why don't we take the names of the leaders in these places? Okay, not leaders. I'll just orally give you leaders. Giorgia Meloni, M-E-L-O-N-I. Giorgia Meloni, Italy's Prime Minister. Rome is the capital. Greece, the capital is Athens, A-T-H-E-N-S, Athens. And the Prime Minister is Kyriakos Mitsotakis. Kyriakos Mitsotakis, M-I-T-S-O-T-A-K-I-S. Then Spain. Spain's capital, as you know, is Madrid, and the Prime Minister is caretaker Prime Minister now. Pedro Sanchez. Pedro, P-E-D-R-O. Pedro Sanchez. S-A-N-C-H-E-Z. Sanchez. UK. London. And Prime Minister is Rishi Sunak. Rishi Sunak. So that's the next question. Let's go to the next question. Which Asian country recently bought 12 drones worth $300 million from Turkish Aerospace to strengthen its defense system? This is a Turkish drone called Baker Beratkar. You could write this. They may ask you this. Which company owns Baker Beratkar, or which country owns this technology? It's Baker Beratkar, B-A-Y-R-A-T-K-E-R, Beratkar, B-A-Y-R-A-T-K-E-R, Beratkar. Okay, so about 25 countries around the world have bought this. Italy, Poland, yeah, Ukraine, so has Japan, yeah, Pakistan, Turkey are pretty close friends. Okay, look at this, the wingspan and everything. Chalo. Which of the following teams won the inaugural 2023 Major League Cricket title in the US? MI is Mumbai Indians, New York. Okay. 6 teams participated in the Major League Cricket Championship in the US. This event was held in 2 places. This is held in 2 places. One, Morrisville, M-O-R-R-I-S-V-I-L-L-E, Morrisville, North Carolina, C-A-R-O-L-I-N-A, Carolina, and Grand Prairie, P-R-A-I-R-I-E, Prairie, Grand Prairie, Texas. Yeah, Texas, T-E-X-A-S. It's in the state of Texas. So 6 teams participated, won by Mumbai Indians. Okay. Runner-up, Seattle Orcas, number 3. Choice number 3. 5 teams are mentioned here. You could write the names of 5, and I'll bring in the 6th. The 6th one is Texas Super Kings. Texas Super Kings. Texas Super Kings. Okay. Player of the series. Player of the series. Nicholas Pooran. Nicholas Pooran. Pooran. Nicholas Pooran of West Indies. And Mumbai Indians, New York. You could write both ways. He is a West Indian cricketer and he belongs to the Mumbai Indians, New York team. Okay. Which ministry launched another dispute resolution scheme called Vivad Se Vishwas? Vivad is dispute, from dispute to trust. Okay, what is this thing about? See, you could write this. Vivad Se Vishwas dash, also called contractual disputes scheme. Okay, scheme. What is the objective? To settle long-standing financial disputes between government departments or involving government departments and government ministries. That's the idea. Okay, look at choices. Choice 1, Ministry of Home Affairs is Amit Shah. He is also the Union Minister of, what is that? Cooperation. Choices 2 and 3, Nirmala Sitharaman. Then choice 4 is Subramaniam Jaishankar. The RBI recently approved the amalgamation of the Navnirman Urban Cooperative Urban Bank with Rajdhani Cooperative Urban Bank. Both these urban cooperative banks are mentioned there, Hyderabad and all that. How many? Because they are not doing well and all that. That's why the government of the RBI merged them. Let me tell you how many banks are there in India. So you could write this: 12 public sector banks, 12 public sector banks, 12 small finance banks, 12 small finance banks, 21 private sector banks, 21 private sector banks, 34 state cooperative banks, 34 state cooperative banks, 43 regional rural banks, 43 regional rural banks, 43 regional rural banks, and 53 urban cooperative banks, like this. 53 urban cooperative banks. Okay. So there are 43 RRBs, there are 12 small finance banks, 21 private sector banks, 12 public sector banks, 34 state cooperative banks. World Wide Web Day is observed on August 1st. August 1st. Why August 1st? On this day in 1991, Tim Berners-Lee, this is Tim Berners-Lee, T-I-M, Tim Berners, B-E-R-N-E-R-S, Berners hyphen Lee, L-E-E, Tim Berners-Lee, Tim Berners-Lee built the first web page. Tim Berners-Lee built the first web page. So on 1st August 1991, the first web page was built by Tim Berners-Lee. Okay, he is called the father of the World Wide Web. The father of the World Wide Web. He also created HTML. Yeah, he created HTML and of course the first web page. Next, look at August 6th, Hiroshima Day. Hiroshima Day. August 9th, Nagasaki Day. Nagasaki Day. Quit India Movement Day. Quit India Movement Day. Then International Day of Indigenous People. International Day of Indigenous People. International Day of Indigenous People. August 10th is Lion Day, World Lion Day, Lion, World Lion Day. And August 12th is World Elephant Day, World Elephant Day. Okay, World Elephant Day. By the way, he is called the father of the World Wide Web. There is another person, there are two other persons who are called the father of the internet. If you want to write fathers of the internet dash Robert Kahan, Robert Kahan, K-A-H-N, Kahan, Robert Kahan and Vinton, V-I-N-T-O-N. I repeat, V-I-N-T-O-N, Vinton Cerf, C-E-R-F, Vinton Cerf. Vinton Cerf. Dash co-creators of TCP/IP, TCP/IP, which is Transmission Control Protocol, Internet Protocol. I repeat, Transmission Control Protocol, Internet Protocol. Mankurad mango, which secured the GI status, is from Goa. Okay, mango season's almost gone. It's gone actually. What almost? It's gone. What is the scientific name? Mangifera indica. M-A-N-G-I. So M-A-N-G-I-F-E-R-A. Mangifera indica. I-N-D-I-C-A. 45% of the world's mango production comes from India. Yes. India is world number one. Number two is, I'm not very sure. Yeah, I somehow seem to have, wait. Indonesia. Number two is Indonesia, and number three is China. So in the world, number one, India. Number two, Indonesia. Number three, China. Yeah, Indians love mangoes. Who doesn't love mango? Who authored the book Memories Never Die? A tribute to former President Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Yes, all of them actually. If you look at the first person, she is the niece of the late President Abdul Kalam. She's the niece of, she's, I think, a PhD also. And there's a book, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, Dr. Awul Pakir Jainul Abidin Abdul Kalam was the President of India between 2002 to 2007. 2002 to 2007, and before that he was the he was of course known as the Missile Man of India, the father of the missile program in India, or the Missile Man of India. On which caste or groups did the Justice G. Rohini headed commission submit its report after 14 extensions? Other backward classes subcategorization. It is not other backward caste, it should be other backward class. Okay, maybe people use it interchangeably with caste as well, the C for class. But what exactly is this? If you want to write, I can give you some points. Justice G. Rohini Commission. Underline that first one. Justice G. Rohini dash retired Chief Justice of Delhi High Court. Retired Chief Justice of Delhi High Court. Next. Commission appointed in 2017. Commission appointed in 2017. Under Article 340 of the Constitution of India. Next. There are over 2,600 There are over 2,600 communities on the central OBC list. On the central OBC list. Next. Commission objective was to investigate the extent of extent of inequitable distribution, not equal, inequitable, I'll spell the entire word, INEQUITABLE, inequitable distribution of reservation, investigate the extent of inequitable distribution of reservation benefits among various or among all OBC castes and communities. Next. Found out that 97% of all jobs and education seats, 97% of all jobs and education seats went to 25% of OBC communities. 25% of OBC communities, and about 25% of these beneficiaries were from just 10 communities. Last point. 9 states already have subcategorization. Okay, that's the idea, my friends, because it has been alleged that few wealthy persons under OBC are getting all the benefits, which more or less is the finding of the commission actually. Yeah, let's see where it goes. Who overtook Vishwanathan Anand in 5D world rankings and became the highest ranked Indian chess player, placed at 9? This is Dommaraju Gukesh. He is the highest ranked Indian player. This has been a change after 36 years. The last more than 3 decades, 36 years, Vishwanathan Anand has been at the very top of Indian chess. But now Gukesh has overtaken the great Anand. Okay. Now I want you to write the names of the top 3 chess players in the world. 1, Magnus Carlsen. CARSLEN, Carlsen. CARLSEN, Carlsen. Where is he from? Norway. Magnus Carlsen of Norway. Next, Hikaru Nakamura. HIKARU, Hikaru Nakamura, NAKAMURA. Hikaru Nakamura of US. Of US. That's number 2. Number 3, Fabiano, Fabiano, Fabiano Caruana, Caruano, or ANA, Caruana of US. That's it. It's been a short session. Thank you for being here. Have a lot of fun. Stay curious.